Hello, hello! How are we doing today? We got a little bit planned. Today we're going to be playing Our Life. I'm probably only going to be able to do one event because I have a lot of things I have to do. But we're going to have fun anyway. Alright. You can probably hear it in the background, can't you? Alright, let me get a setup for us. I finally catch an Ezryn stream. Aw, thank you, Yomi. Oh my goodness, somebody's knocking at my door. Hold on. There we go. Oh my goodness. It was my partner. He decided to come back in and apparently forget his watch, which was all planned. Oh my gosh. He's never seen me do stream before, and lately that's all he's wanted. But I'm too embarrassed to do stream in front of him, so... Well, I'm not embarrassed, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to be myself as much. I don't know. But I can't... He just barged right in and was like, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, you redeemed Hydrate, Captain. Sir, yes, sir. Alrighty. Should we get this show on the road then? My goodness. Alright. Where is my game? Here we go. Should be popping up soon. There we go. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna try and scoot over. For some reason I am so far in the middle of my screen. Oh, not that. Oh, not that either. There we go. Alright. Today we have a few moments that we could play. We have errands, talks, charity, and drive. I don't know which one I want to do today. We did hang last time, I think. I think we go for either errands or charity. Seems like the best bet. Because that would be fun. Let's do errands. Oh, we're in a supermarket. From the moment you woke up, you knew that today was going to be busier than usual. There was a list of errands that needed to be finished. First up was visiting one of the biggest farmers markets in the area. It was only open 2 weekends a month during certain parts of the year. Alrighty. Those pumpkins look, they look a little old. I do like them though, they look nice. I like the art style. It was rare that you and your family were able to attend, so your moms liked to make the most of every minute of it. And you realized it was not just them feeling that way when you heard a whistle from your left side. Oh my gosh. Why does he... He always shows up looking like something else. You love farmers markets? I do too. I haven't been to one in years, but I love going to them. This is a swanky show. Vegetables have never seemed so highbrow. He's always saying weird stuff. They don't mess around with their products.
Isn't that great?
Liz crossed her arms. You could tell she was amused. We couldn't have picked a more perfect trip. It's been too long since we've had a true family outing. Oh, Cove's here too, of course. Her teasing tone said more than she actually did. Your next door neighbors had joined you this day and was what made it a true family outing. The three parents laughed approvingly. Farmers market and swap meets? What are swap meets? I've never heard of that. Out of the corner of your eye, you caught Cove looking at you sympathetically. Some things never changed, and some jokes never died. You'd long accepted that. I think we're excited, right? Yeah, excited to check things out. There were so many stalls, you couldn't even imagine what hidden gems you might find among them. Bubbling with anticipation, you smiled. Well, I'm ready to get started. I've got plenty of dishes in mind I could use ingredients for. A swap meet is like a similar setup to a farmer's market, but people sell anything, not just food. Oh, I've been to stuff like that. We call that a flea market where I'm from. We call that a flea market. I don't know. Oh, did you see my face? I went to get a drink and my model freaked out. Yeah, we call it a flea market. I love going to flea markets. I went to one probably a couple weeks ago. It was really fun. Before your moms responded to that, they glanced at each other and smiled. It's a very good idea, Cliff. This place is much larger than it seems. It's difficult to visit each part in a single day.
I got it.
You got an ad? I don't have my ads on. That's weird. Should I message Yomi? I don't have ads on, LOL. I don't have them turned on. Is Twitch forcing ads down everybody's throat and I'm not even getting paid? Here, should I check real quick? I really don't have them on. I haven't had them on in a long time. Yeah, I don't have them on. That's weird. So Twitch makes you watch ads even if I don't have them on? I'm so confused. I don't like that at all. If I wanted my chat to watch ads, I would have run ads. Well then, alright. That's a bit unsettling to hear. I feel like I'm kind of getting cheated there too. Because it's making you guys watch ads that I don't even... Twitch is giving ads no matter what? That's ridiculous. The whole point of ads and stuff is so that they can make money while creators make money. And yet they're still making money off of creators when I literally have my ads off, guys. Might as well turn them on and get that money. I mean, I might have to think about that now since they're forcing them down our throats. I don't think that's very fair. If I knew my creators weren't getting paid for the ads that were being put on their streams, like, I'd be pretty upset. I mean, I guess it is happening to other creators. I mean, it can't just be me. That's messed up. That is messed up, my dude. Oh my gosh. I'll have to look at it after stream and read up on it. That's why some people either have never become affiliate or they put ads on that specific setting so that new viewers don't get ads immediately. Wow. Oh, like the setting where it doesn't do pre-rolls, where you have to have an ad every 10 minutes, a 1-minute ad. Yeah, that's a lot of ads. I looked into every single way that I could do it and basically just kind of decided I didn't want ads and that if I was going to make a profit, it would be off of people who chose to support me rather than forcing ads down their throat when they... Because, like, I mean, let's be honest. If I'm not a large creator, 9 times out of 10, people aren't going to wait through those ads to see me for the first time. Do you get what I'm saying? So I would rather have no ads and be able to meet new people and be able to grow than start shoving ads. But I mean, now I'm not even getting paid for the ads that are being run. This whole time I thought, you know, I didn't have ads on my stream. So that's pretty messed up. But alright, we'll get back to the game and I'll look at it afterwards. Affiliates don't get a choice? Do partners get a choice? Because I know partners have more quirks than affiliates, obviously, but I know it didn't used to be that way. Like, affiliates, if you didn't want an ad on your channel or on your stream, then you didn't have to have an ad. That was the whole point of having a choice of when the ads were run, you know? I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, because I don't know, now I'm kind of frustrated about it. It's kind of frustrating. Alright, let's get back to here, to this game, and I'll look at it after stream. I'm sure we can make a decent dent together at last. Okay, so we're shopping for ingredients.
Sounds good.
Divide and conquer? Okay, everyone watched your mom's surprise. No one had considered that an option, but your mom flashed at a dazzling smile, continuing with the thought. Though it's a little unfair that there are 4 Bish family members and only 2 Holdens here, so I'll go with you boys to even the odds.
Okay.
Cliff scratched the back of his neck and slowly met Cove's stare. They both seemed unconvinced, but weren't sure what to say about it. Don't worry, we'll be apart for only a few hours, and then we'll have something to talk about at the end of it. Father and son ultimately nodded. This wasn't an argument they were going to win.
Alright.
I don't get the point. I also don't mind spending the first part of the trip with Bish and Ma. Ma clapped her hands together at that. Wonderful! Are the teams ready to go? Do we want to go with the Holdens instead? Or do we just stay silent? I think we want to go with the Holdens because I really don't want to listen to Lizzie complain the whole time. You looked from your mom to your ma, hopeful that you'd at least get to explore the market with Cove. He perked up at the suggestion, but then you saw Ma was pouting at your request to leave her group. No can do this time, kiddo. Seeing that neither parent was budging, you slumped your shoulders. We won't be split up too long, right?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Taking the lead, Mom walked over towards Cove and Cliff, who were still eyeing her confusedly.
Let's go.
Come on, boys, we're heading out. I don't understand why they don't get to pick their own group if they're being forced into a group. It's just a trip to the flea or the farmer's market. Alright. Cove looked at you softly and found himself pulled forward, stopping in front of you. His expression flickered for a moment, hesitant.
Why?
Oh my gosh, they're acting like they're going on like a weekend trip and they're not going to see each other for a long time. His whole body getting stiff, he jerked his gaze back at your mom and realized she had grabbed the hem of his shirt. She gave it a small tug before letting go.
No.
Side note, I found out swap meet versus flea market is just a regional difference. Oh, so they are the same thing. That's cool. I don't know why they started the flea market. I feel like swap meet would make way more sense. Swap meet sounds a little bit better than flea market, but oh well. Time's a wasting, Cove, and I've known you long enough to be aware that you're one to linger. If I don't stop you now, you'll only drag your feet on the parting ways more. Flea market is French inspired, I think. Really? It's French? That's odd. I'm definitely not French, but if it's French inspired, that's pretty cool. The two of you can survive one morning apart, probably. We have important shopping to do now. Cove gasped at what he felt was a truly obscene thing to say. His face burned red, but that was ignored by him. He spoke with an unimpressed roll of his eyes.
Seriously?
You don't need to literally pull me away from Bish. I'm not that clingy. I think he is a little clingy. Just a little bit. But I mean, of course our character is too, so we can't really say anything. Mom sniggered with a shake of her head. Cove's eyebrows raised over the reaction, and he turned to Ma. She wouldn't meet his eyes as she whistled innocently. Liz smirked ear to ear, and Cove whipped his head towards his dad. Mr. Holden couldn't offer anything more than an apologetic shrug. How do you feel about clingy people? I feel like it used to be a hugely negative word to say, clingy, but then there's like people out there who are searching for someone like, they're searching for the relationship to be clingy. So it's very odd. I feel like clingy should be an extreme term. I don't think wanting attention from your partner is considered clingy. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my gosh. You agree? Okay. At least I'm not alone. Liz smirked ear to ear and Cove whipped his head towards his dad. Mr. Holden couldn't offer anything more than an apologetic shrug. I just read that, didn't I? Oh my gosh, Ezryn, get yourself together. As long as the partner isn't stopping you from doing things and stuff. Yeah, see, I feel like clingy used to be a negative thing because it was an exaggeration for like a toxic kind of relationship. Because if you're with somebody and they want to be around you naturally, I mean, I would hope so. But, I mean, if my partner wants to go and hang out with his friends, like he does airsofting and stuff, and he goes like a couple times a month, and I mean, even though he wants me to come with him, most of the time I'm like, well, because of my health I can't, but most of the time I'm like, this is your time. This is your time with your friends. Go have fun, you know? Clingy versus overbearing. Yes, see? I feel like that's what it is. I don't know. Lately, everybody, like, I've seen posts where people are like, I want somebody who's clingy. Like, I like that in a girl. I like that in a guy. And I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it, I guess. Maybe they didn't get enough attention in their last relationship and they felt like that meant that they were clingy. But I don't know. I don't know. It was only then that it dawned on Cove that everyone did think he was that needy. Oh my gosh. Poor Cove. Look at his poor face. Finally, he dared to face you with wide, pleading eyes. Are we supposed to stand up for him here? I think it's kind of funny. Oh, come on, Cove. You know how it is. You can understand that, actually. Yeah, I mean, I've been in relationships where I felt like, well, you know, maybe they didn't care as much as I did. And I feel like that's where people get kind of confused on what's clingy and what is overbearing. And, you know, I feel like clingy should be an exaggerated term, it's not something that we strive for. Because wanting attention from your partner is not clingy at all. There's nothing wrong with being attached. It's nice. We'll just say don't make fun of him. Oh my gosh. Why are we angry? I didn't know that was the angry option. You snapped louder than you meant, and it was met with several surprised looks, but you kept a stern gaze fixed on them. Cove, meanwhile, beamed at having your support. Ezryn, what is the definition of love? Oh my goodness. What is the definition of love? Huh. Let me see here. The definition of love. Man, that's a hard one. I would say the definition of love. Hold on, let me Google it. Definition of love. The definition of love is an intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest and pleasure in something. So yeah, that's the definition for love. Oh my gosh, Yomi. I would say the definition of love is having that feeling that you are where you're meant to be. You're with someone you are meant to be with. And even though there's millions and billions and whatever of people out there, you are willing to be with them. Because, I don't know, let's face it, I don't believe in soulmates. I used to think that I did. But I don't. Because the truth is, there's so many people out there that you can be with, and you choose to be with the person you're with. and you're willing to spend your life with that person because you care about them. So, yeah. You like my definition? Heck yeah. If you can look at them and the song I See the Light pops in your head, there's a good chance it's love. Oh, yes, Yummy. That is the right answer. Oh, that is the right answer. Yeah, but love comes in so many different forms. I mean, you guys know that. It's not just one definition. Each definition, I feel like, is based on that person. So, anyway, back to the sappy love story that is our life. Okay, Cove is happy with us. However, we just outburst in front of an entire crowd of people, so that's kind of embarrassing. He took another step toward us. Mom grabbed the back of his shirt. She tried suppressing her laughter, but a few chuckles escaped. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. This is turning into a very embarrassing time. Actions speak louder than words. Oh my gosh. Cove's mouth twisted as he struggled to come up with something to say in his defense. He was newly embarrassed all over again. Aww. That admission had Liz, your mom, and his dad bursting into laughter. Oh, everybody's laughing at us. Oh no. Cove grimaced and walked several steps from the group before stopping. He clearly wanted to move on, so much that he was physically moving away. You smiled softly and waved goodbye when he noticed Cove's mouth pulled into a bent smile of his own, and he seemed to feel a bit better.
See you later.
Alright, so we're moving on. Grinning, Ma sent them off with a big wave. Liz gave a daintier goodbye wave herself. Alright. Now I'm annoyed. Oh my goodness. No, we're fine. We're glad to be here. It wasn't what you imagined, but that didn't matter. There was a whole market to explore, and you couldn't wait to find some good stuff. When they were gone, Ma cheerily turned towards you and Liz. She put her hands on her hips. Do you think there'll be any nice ginger around here? We'll have to find out. Alright. Some time passed browsing. There were only a few stalls you stopped at. You had fun chatting and laughing, pointing out various things to Ma and Liz, and vice versa. At least Liz isn't, like, annoyed the whole time. She's usually annoyed. Ma stopped suddenly. She put a hand on her belly and gave a half-hearted smile. I think I should have used the bathroom before we left home, like the two of you responsibly did.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're just talking about having to go pee, okay? Should we wait here? Yeah, we'll wait here. Ma craned forward as she struggled to pinpoint the direction she needed to go. She gently brushed your comment away. There's no need to worry about me for this or waste time standing around. Keep on shopping. Alrighty then. Wait. She's just gonna take Lizzie and then leave us here? We just offered to stay here and wait for her or go with her. And she's like, yeah, how about you stay here and Lizzie comes with me? You and your sister had to share a look over that. Why do that of all things?
Hey.
Ma, if anyone should go anywhere on their own, shouldn't it be you? You're the one needing a detour, and you're the parent here. Ma giggled, unfazed by the resistance. Liz, meanwhile, tipped the brow of her hat up, watching Ma skeptically. Soon enough, Bish will have to handle doing these kinds of errands on her own. This makes good practice. Oh, so she's intentionally leaving us alone. Ma hooked an arm around Liz's and pulled her along. Wait, we're going to college soon. Are we not... Have we never been shopping by ourselves before? We're off to college.
Have fun.
Excuse me. I think we just stand there stunned. I need another drink. I'm sorry. Abandonment issues? Maybe. I feel like we should have went shopping on our own by now, though. We thought she was being ridiculous, but we don't mind. You were sure what ulterior motives Ma had for pulling this, but that was far down on your priority list at the moment. You were starting to feel happy at the idea of doing things on your own pace. You walked off on your own. Resigned to your fate, you picked up where you left off, browsing the stalls. One hooked your attention. Ooh, that looks nice. Are those all different types of chocolate? Yum, I need chocolate. While most stalls were selling various garden-grown foods, this one had an array of homemade fudge. There were even vegan versions of every option. Okay, I don't need vegan fudge. I would just like regular fudge, please. Why would our gaze drift? We want fudge. Our gaze does not drift from the fudge, guys. You sidestepped past a few people and got yourself right in front of the counter for a better look. There was a widespread dozens and dozens of delicately cut squares of decadence. You would try vegan fudge? I would try it, but if I'm out looking for fudge, I'm not gonna go for the vegan option. The gaze drifted because it was vegan fudge. Yeah, that's why our gaze drifted. Yeah, no, we're sticking to our fudge. Look how many options there are. Does it even have one that says vegan fudge? There's key lime, toffee, chocolate peanut butter, caramel, chocolate white peppermint. I've never had that. Cookies and cream, white chocolate, maple walnut. I've never had that either. I assume it tastes like a pancake. Dark chocolate, red velvet, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate mint. That sounds really good. I've never seen so much fudge in my life. The fudge is sold in boxes of 4 pieces. They either can be all the same or all different, or any mix you like. Are you looking to buy today? The fudge seller. We couldn't even be bothered to give him a name. Wait, why do we only get 4 pieces? I want more than that. I want to get a box for myself. Your mind was already filling with thoughts of sinking your teeth into delicious fudge. There was no walking away empty-handed now. Yeah, I know there was an option to share, but they kind of left us on our own, so we're gonna eat on our own. Fudge seller is a rip-off artist. That sounds like it would be. Oh, so we're getting more than 1 box? Okay, we'll get another for everybody. And that was all. I mean, Cove is everyone, so... Imagine sharing couldn't be me. Oh, Yomi, you don't share? I'll be honest, I share almost everything except for my food. Like, there's a good chance I'm not gonna share my food. If my partner asks for food, it's a 50-50 chance of whether or not I'm gonna share. And if I do, it's reluctantly. My money, my food, what could I say? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I agree with that. I'm glad you came to the right place. For yourself, you picked... Ooh, what are we gonna pick? Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. I think we want to try the white chocolate peppermint because I've never had it. And what else? We'll do milk chocolate, caramel swirl, and we'll do chocolate peanut butter just because I used to have that. Oh, you want that too, Captain? Okay. I used to have that when I was little. For the group, we pick... Let's do... red velvet, We'll get all the odd ones for the group. Key lime. And what's the other one? The cookies and cream. Imagine you only get one flavor for the whole group. Yeah, I just got the milk chocolate one on repeat. And then I have all these array of like good looking ones. You were already looking forward to when you'd eat your fine selection of fudge. Everybody gets white chocolate, take it or leave it. Yeah. No, I gave them all the weird ones that I didn't try. Alright. So we have secured the fudge, everyone. And there wasn't even a vegan option. They said that there was vegan fudge. I don't know. Sounds kind of sus to me. You will eat the white chocolate and you will like it. You pondered for a moment what you should do now. None of the stalls were catching your eye. What did grab your attention, however, was a head of a familiar seafoam hair sticking out above the crowd. You knew instantly it was Cove. He hadn't noticed you yet, but he was walking in your direction. He held a couple bags tightly in his hand. Strangely, you couldn't spot your mom or his dad anywhere. I guess we call out to him, right? If I was in public, though, and I saw a friend, I am probably gonna duck down. I think I've talked about this before, but that's literally happened to me so many times in my hometown, and anytime I see somebody that I know, I hide, and I hope that they didn't see me. And it's not because I don't want to talk to them or because I don't like them. It's literally because I hadn't planned on seeing them. I had no plans on seeing them, therefore I will keep it that way. Alert, Cove's head snapped up and his eyes searched the crowd until they landed on you. His whole demeanor brightened at the sight. You agree with me, Yomi? Heck yeah. Yeah, there's so many trips I've went with people, or even by myself, where I've seen somebody from my hometown and I'm like, oh no. And I just like duck into the clothing aisle or something. Yeah. Nobody's gonna catch me off guard. He weaved through passerby awkwardly in an attempt to get through as fast as reasonably possible, nearly stumbling more than once. There's no rush. There's literally no rush. I guess we can run to meet him since he's in such a rush. You took off full tilt towards Cove as he continued his approach. It was undeniable that he was shopping by himself. You stared at him, confused. Where's the rest of your group? Cove crossed his arms defiantly, the bags twisting in front of him. Your mom took my dad and I ended up alone. Why are you by yourself? Ma and Liz abandoned me too. I'm starting to think that this has been set up. I can't believe this happened to both of us. They planned it, they had to. But I don't know why. Are they pranking us? And you meant it. You couldn't fathom what your moms were up to. Cove shook his head, trying to clear his mind. Well, I guess things are just up to us now. His gaze wandered off as if one of your parents might simply appear if he was kept checking, and you could tell he was still processing the situation. He scratched the back of his head, looking sheepish. Do you want to forget about whatever's happening and go shopping together? I literally thought that that's what we were doing in the first place. Are we not shopping together to begin with? He acts like there's like a... I was about to say like an apocalypse. You know how in like those types of movies, they're like, man, I just want to forget about what's happening right now. Like that's what he's acting like. When we're literally shopping to begin with. We'll just say definitely. There's little care in your mind for what your moms had planned. You were ecstatic at the thought of spending the rest of the trip with him. Cove's grin twisted into a conspiratorial one. You both knew that you were going against whatever had really been planned for this outing, but luckily, neither of you cared one bit at this point. Okay, I gotta get another drink, guys. This is a lot. Alright, I am back. Oh, look at those cute emotes. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. I am hydrated. So where to first? I don't mind going back the way I came if it's new to you. It's not hard to miss stuff even if I've gone past it. Cove shuffled his bag around and started pulling them open so you could peek inside each one. You recognized the array of things he picked up around the market. I mostly got typical things I can use pretty easily so far. Nothing super exciting. That is such a vague answer. He can use pretty easily? I thought they were at a food market. That sentence doesn't make very much sense, but okay. There were a few tomatoes, some lemons, and sweet potatoes, among other things that were wrapped up so you couldn't discern what they were. What Cove bought made sense, but it was far from a complete selection. You glanced around at the nearby stalls. Want to start over there? Cove followed your eye as you pointed at one of the larger stalls. It was filled with several kinds of staple fruits and vegetables. Once a few people finished paying and moved, you and Cove got yourself directly in front of the shop. There were so many things to pick from. Alright, what are we getting today? I think we need some lemons, because I clean with lemons. We need some strawberries for sure. Oh my gosh, homegrown strawberries are the best. We would also, well, he got tomatoes. We need some spinach. Am I the only one that uses spinach leaves instead of lettuce? Like, I really don't like lettuce. Especially like when you go to a fast food restaurant or something, I never get lettuce because there's always a good chance that it's carrying that one thing that gets you sick. So I never get lettuce on anything. Not intentionally, anyway. What else do we want? We want some apples, some cucumbers, tomatoes, carrots. Ooh, peaches. That would be good. I think that's all we want, right? I mean, we could get some potatoes, but that might be too heavy. The shop owner put your selection together and handed it to you in a couple bags. Happily, you paid and waited for Cove to make his purchase. Ready to go? Cove grinned, satisfied with his new choices. He had added another bag to his small but growing collection. You nodded.
All right.
Together, you and Cove wandered the market on the outlook for any stalls that caught your attention. Cove was walking around with a spring in his step, talking about the various meal ideas he had in mind. Is he a chef? Since when does Cove cook? After a while, you had to go greater distances to find something of interest. Several of the stalls were selling the same goods. It was only a matter now of which one you wanted to buy from. You continued ambling down the path until Cove disappeared suddenly from your peripheral vision, pulling you away from your thoughts. You spun around, spotting him some steps back. He was standing still. You followed his eye line past the crowds. Immediately, you knew what grabbed him. Homemade jams and local honey. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. That stall was glittering with quaint glass jars, stacked high, each encasing gels of varying colors. Cove's eyes were practically sparkling at the sight. Why does he look terrified? He looks so scared. His feet automatically began to take him there, likely without being fully aware he had made an unexplained detour. When you got closer, you were surprised there were even more varieties than you thought. There were even some different honeys based on what type of pollen the bees use. Okay, that's a bit much, but I respect it. Cove's focus seemed torn between a bottle of blackberry jam and one of the clover honeys. Oh my gosh. That seems like a joke my mom would pull. Did you want some honey, honey? That's like something my mom would say. You quietly left him to his dilemma? We're just gonna say everything looks good.
Right?
He continued to weigh the decision in his mind, actually lifting one higher and dropping the other lower during the process as if they were on a scale. You thought things over for yourself too. Okay, we're definitely getting strawberry jam. There's no doubt about that. You like the anchor on his shirt? Thank you, I dressed him myself. What else do we want? I have never tried all these different honeys. Ooh, honey butter? That sounds fun. We're gonna try blueberry jam, and then we'll get blackberry jam and some spring wildflower honey. You paid, and the shop owner started putting together your order. They carefully packed it in a couple bags with paper. Thank you very much. Amused, you watched Cove give in and just buy both the clover honey and the blackberry jam. He also went all in, getting spring wildflower honey and plum jam too. The shop owner thoughtfully wrapped each in a brown paper to protect them before putting them away in a bag. He handed the purchase to Cove.
Thank you.
Why does he sound like that? I feel like he sounds different. You both stepped away from the stall. Cove didn't fail to notice the look you'd been giving him since he agonized over his toast toppers. Why, hey, this doesn't go bad for a long time, so why not stock up? I could have chosen one if I wanted to. Sure, and I get it. Why do you think I got so many too? Yeah, we got way more than he did. I don't even eat jam that much, but that sounded so good right now. As you began to stroll, Cove looked up at the sky. He smiled. It was sort of unexpected, considering all of this was technically an errand and unexpected changes often upset him. But he was happy, and Cove liked doing this kind of normal thing. And you could tell that Cove especially enjoyed doing these kinds of things with you. We don't blush because we're gamers, obviously. And we're just feeling the same as him. We enjoy doing this. We're so domestic. I'm glad you're having a good time. Cove chuckled, his gaze fell to his bags, and he was clearly thinking about all the treats he just bought. Are you having fun too? It's been a good day. I agree. Later, when you spotted a less crowded area, you took a break from browsing. Cove started rummaging through one of his bags just to check on how his goods were doing. A smile grew on his face as he went on to the next. You chuckled, knowing that Cove wouldn't let anything go to waste. There wasn't a single doubt he was gonna eat it all. You held a hand out in front of your face as you squinted upwards. The sun moved quite a bit. You'd been at the market for a good while now. Neither your feet nor your arms were sore right now, and Cove looked to be doing fine too, but that was something that could be coming. There was a price to pay for this much shopping, and it wasn't always just in money. We're not gonna ask him to carry all our stuff. Here, we'll offer to carry some of his. Cove stared at you unsure, but you just held out a hand expectantly. You don't have to do that. I bought it, and besides, you're already carrying stuff. That's not gonna change anything. I want to do it for you. Okay, you win, or it's actually kind of a loss since you're willing to take.
Thanks.
Cove bundled up his bags into two groups and held them out for you to take. You accepted, but he temporarily put all the bags down on the ground. He chuckled, watching you shuffle the bags around so each arm wasn't carrying too much.
Thank you.
Why does he sound like that? Did you guys hear that? His little thank you? That sounded so creepy, and look at this face he's giving me. He looks creepy right now. Standing up straight with the bags, you were all set to get going again. You grinned, happy to do this. And with that, you and Cove continued your trip throughout the market together. Ma and Mom had both texted you during the trip, though only to say that they hoped you found some good stuff and that they'd see you later. There were no answers on where they went or why. So they just went up and left us, okay? You and Cove continued to wind your way through the bustling market, the list of outstanding items steadily shrinking while bags grew heavier. Eventually, Cove realized that he hadn't checked his own phone in a while. The two of you came to a stop in the nearest alcove, where you'd be out of the steady stream of people perusing the stalls, and he pulled out his phone. Cove pulled out his phone. Yeah, we just said that. Why did it repeat that? You watched his eyes dart over the screen as he read the waiting messages. He mumbled his verdict under his breath. Okay.
Huh?
I've got a message from my dad. Listen to this. Cove, I wasn't part of the plan. I didn't know what was going on when I left with Bish's mom. Where are you? He sent that ages ago. I didn't hear it come in. He's sent another one since then. Says he hopes I'm alright and that he's not bothering me. The newest one says everybody's going to the parking lot soon and we can meet up there. He lowered his phone, eyes narrowed. The same conclusion that was settling on you had landed on Cove as well. So it was on purpose. The crowd of people passing by stayed as noisy as ever, a sharp contrast to the silence that had fallen over you and Cove. He was rubbing the screen of his phone against his shirt, wiping away dust and debris. He continued scrubbing the screen long after anything could have remained, the action a poor substitute for pushing away the awkwardness of the moment. I don't know. I don't think we know how we feel yet. It had all been deliberate. A part of you still believed it was misunderstanding. Why are we so emotional right now? We'll just say okay then. Cove leaned down, making his eyes level with yours. He laid his hand on your shoulders, grounding you. Are you alright? Yeah, I think we are. I don't know why we wouldn't be okay. It literally, our parents just left us and let us spend time together like we wanted in the beginning. So I don't really get why we would be upset. Abandoning us without a warning wasn't really a cool idea, even if they meant well, which they probably did. It's not like we're 10 years old. We can drive a car. Like, we're okay. You'll be right back? Okay, Yomi, see you soon. He looked you straight in the eyes. Not making a big deal out of this is nice. I'm not exactly thrilled, personally. So if you do want to complain to me, you can. Oh my gosh, why are we taking out on Cove? We don't have anything to complain about. His mouth hung open, and then he laughed at you.
No way.
Come on, you've got to have plenty of stuff to complain about just from the stunts I've pulled myself, let alone what's happened today. You cracked a grin at that, despite yourself. He could certainly be a troublemaker when he wanted to be, but he could also be so kind. After a moment, he stepped away from you, face turned. Cove closed his eyes and took a deep breath, his brow creased, then furrowed deeper into a scowl, his arms tightly coiling together. So they did do something stupid, I knew it! His voice had taken on an exaggerated quality, but what truly distinguished it from Cove's typical speaking tone was the abundance of rage. Gotta go back to work, have a good stream. Aw, thank you. Oh, I am sitting up straighter than ever. Thank you for the hydrate redeem and the posture check. Hope you have a great day at work. Oh my gosh, the music just got so loud for me. Alright. We are hydrated and ready to go. This is such a chore. Parents are so dumb. Why do people have to go places with family members anyways? I hate them. Oh my goodness. You got it instantly. It had been years since the boy with the bowl cut had been in town for the summer, but Cove had never forgotten. To this day, he continued to unleash his impersonation whenever the moment felt right. Sometimes you wondered if the act had grown more exaggerated over the years, or if the kid really was always that ridiculous. I think we're just gonna laugh. Cove gave you a lopsided smile, letting the joke rest for now. Come on, we should probably go meet up with the group. Yeah, I think we should. You didn't dally any longer, slipping back into the crowd and making your way towards the entrance of the farmer's market. It didn't take long to reach the parking lot. Your parents, Mr. Holden and Liz, were already waiting there, and they waved at you both as you approached. Your own family seemed to be in pretty good moods, in contrast to Mr. Holden. He stared at Cove with an open concern as you got closer. Hey bud, hey Bish, how you doing? We'd be doing better if we hadn't been abandoned in a farmer's market by our families. You saw your mom's frowning at his response, Ma glancing from Cove to Mom with blinking eyes. Just because Bish is really laid back doesn't mean you can't just leave her out of your plans and expect her to go with it every time. Oh, so I see. We're supposed to be mad because they didn't include us in their little trip. I see now. I get it. I thought that we wanted to be with Cove this whole time. That's why we didn't care. Because Cove wanted to be with us too. So then our moms were like, surprise, we're just gonna let you guys hang out. But okay. Alright, that's fine. Ma hung her head ashamed, and Ma had a hand pressed to her cheek. You could tell that they were quickly regretting their scheme. I'm so sorry. Her words were full of emotion. Mom squeezed Ma's arm. We were trying to make the errand more of a trip, less of a chore. We didn't think you, Cove, and Liz wanted to be stuck trudging around a market with your parents all day. Especially not in the summer. Okay, so where did Liz go? Liz wasn't with us. Did they just leave Liz by herself? But you're always very thoughtful and don't like to leave your moms behind, so we did ourselves. I was only going to be for the market, not the other stops, I promise. Still, you're right. We could have just told you and let you make your own call. I'm really sorry. Neither of us meant to upset you. Yeah, I'm still not that upset. All gas, no brakes, and we should have known better. Ma ditched me too, after pulling her urgent potty break stunt, if that helps. I went off to do my own shopping, as it seems they planned. Oh my gosh, so they did leave Liz all by herself. They could have literally just left Liz with us, and then we could have found Cove and then hung out together. But instead they're like, nope, I want them all to be on their own. For the entire trip. Sorry, I didn't check back in with you. I wasn't thinking and just tried to blow it off. You quietly took in their stories of what happened. Over to the side, Cove was talking to his dad. Thanks for telling me something was up, though I feel bad for missing the warning when you sent it. It's no trouble, sport. I learned my lesson about making surprise plans. Cove smiled at his dad, Mr. Holden, laughing, clapped Cove on the back. Wow, we're really being outplayed today. You realized you hadn't been the only onlookers to the Holden's moment. Your moms were exchanging rueful looks. Liz had her arms crossed over her chest, patiently watching it all unfold. We'd better find some way to catch up. Maybe we could do Bish's chores for the next week. Mom jabbed Ma on the shoulder. You might be onto something. Bish, how'd you like the sound of that? Oh, so they're gonna do our chores? Heck yeah. Make it 2 weeks. And at the very least, we can make sure everyone stays together for the rest of the stops we're making today. You all nodded at the suggestion. We won't let you down. We'll be the best sheepdogs ever, guarding the flock and catching any strays. We could at least be shepherds. You chuckled, your mood lifting in spite of the bumpy morning. It was going to be alright. It's supposed to be morning? It's literally, the sun is setting. You turned to the entrance of the farmer's market for a final glance, pressing it into your memory under this new light. You thought on what you picked up at the market and how you were going to enjoy it later. Some things you could only get from local suppliers like this. That was another perk about coming along to the market today. Actually, you realized this would be a good idea to good time to bring out the fudge you got to share while everyone was clustered together. Before we go, I've got something for everybody. An announcement grabbed everyone's interest and they looked over at you, each curious about what you had in store. You dug your hand into the bag and pulled out the specially selected treat. I saw this amazing fudge stall, so I got a box for us to share. That's so sweet of you. Heck yeah, we're sweet, that's what we are. The Holdens were wearing matching grins at the prospect of free dessert, their family resemblance more notable as they mirrored each other's expression. Sweet is the right word for this. Thanks very much, Fish. I mean, there's really not enough for them all to share unless we break each one in half, but it's fine. We should save it for tonight. You can't properly enjoy a treat when there's still chores to be done. Besides, we don't want to make a mess with this melting heat. The others murmured their agreement and nodded. Reaching a consensus, you stowed the box away safely for now. Cove then sidled up next to you, an eager smile on his face. You could tell from his expression that he was up to something. Thanks again for getting the fudge. It was really cool of you. You knew he hadn't come over just to thank you individually, not with that huge smirk. I got something to share too, but well, only really with you. I guess I'm not as nice. Oh well. What did he get from us? You held a hand out to your chest, staring at Cove as he explained further. Since your moms decided we should go sorry about that, I can't English today. We should shop separately. I figured I could use the time to get you something. Just a little surprise. He reached into one of the bags and retrieved one of the wrapped up objects. You accepted the unexpected present, and he looked on excitedly as you tore off the paper. It was a glass bottle of grape soda. You didn't need to taste it to know that it would be nice. It was a boutique product. It was heavy in your hands, the container of smart metal cap reaffirming the quality. Even the label, constructed from the coarse paper rather than a flimsy sheet of plastic, was distinctive. So we got a quality grape soda today. Bouncing in anticipation, and he smiled sweetly at your reaction. It's not a big deal. I just thought you might like it. You were touched that Cove wanted to treat you to something nice. Whether you were physically together or not, you were clearly always on his mind and in his heart. Okay, I see. Liz clapped her hands together with an air of a teacher calling for attention. Since the other adults aren't acting like grown-ups, the rest of us are going to have to pick up the slack. It's time to get back on schedule and continue with the rest of the errands. Playtime is officially over. Okay, Miss Bossy Pants. Ma laughed while Mr. Holden grinned awkwardly. Mom hung her head in an exaggerated display of mock defeat. Kids are tough. I can't even call them kids anymore. Liz tut-tutted with amusement at her mother. Cove shrugged, staying a neutral observer, but the small smile on his face revealed that he was enjoying the conclusion. You laughed, glad that everyone was getting along. We're all grown-ups now. With that, your trip to the farmer's market was closed. It was time to move on. There were too many of you for one car, so you and Cove had wound up in Mr. Holden's car on the way over. You figured it made sense to do that. The same for the next leg of the journey. You sat next to Cove in the back. After buckling in, Cove leaned back in his seat, letting himself be cushioned by the headrest. Once he shifted a little, he appeared to have found the perfect angle for maximum comfort. He gazed out the window, looking suitably content with the world. You followed suit, hunkering down in your seat and looking out of the window as the car pulled away from the lot. You knew Cove well enough to spot the signs of when he was physically present but mentally elsewhere. The way he would fall quiet, staring without seeing the long blinks, all of which he was doing right now as he looked at nothing in particular. You closed your eyes as you pulled up the resolve to speak. You were miles away for a second. What were you thinking about? Cove idly rubbed his face. Honestly, I was just thinking about how nice it was to know you. It, makes life better and everything. That's sweet. Though he was turned away from you, his eyes were rounded and sincere. Not that this is a new revelation, but today was another reminder. I'm lucky. That's so sweet. You peeked at you from the corner of his eye, still too shy to look at you directly. You smiled at him affectionately, eliciting an equally caring smile from Cove in return. You felt content, secure in your relationship with Cove. We're gonna enjoy our drink. You twisted off the cap and brought it to your mouth. Even before the first sip reaches your lips, the scent tickled your nostrils. You took a swig. It was refreshing. The perfect way to hit the spot after a long morning trawling through the market. This is great. Thanks, Cove. He grinned at you, pleased that his pick had been well received.
You're welcome.
You spent the rest of the day completing the remaining errands all together as a group. I think we're glad that we enjoyed our family. Ma had been true to her word and ensured that you spent the rest of the time with the Bish family and the Holden family in one place. It had been a wonderful time, a lovely high note to end on. Oh my goodness. We finished errands. That one felt kind of quick, to be honest. Some of these feel really long. Alright, we're gonna save it. And there we go. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I had so much fun chatting with you, Yomi and Captain especially. I am going to be streaming again. I just posted my stream schedule yesterday, so that's up. And I'll update it on Twitch as well, so that, you know, if you're not in the same time zone as me, it'll be easier for you. And, what else was I gonna say? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to stream as much as I want to in the coming weeks, especially with time zone difference sucks for real. Yes, that's why I like to keep it on Twitch as well. That way it matches with your time zones. I know that not everybody lives near me, so I mean, most of the people that watch me don't even live in the same country, so I mean, I understand completely. I did want to say though that I won't be streaming as much as I would love to in the coming months. This December I'm going to be out of state for a couple weeks at the end for Christmas, and then when January hits I am going to be going to my surgery consultation to meet the surgeon and decide when my surgery will be. I've also started counseling and physical therapy, like pelvic floor therapy. So I've got a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now, and I'm just glad that I get to hang out with you guys when I do. So thank you for being so supportive and understanding of, you know, my short schedules and everything else going on. Hopefully once I get the surgery and I start to heal, I can start to get my life back together and go back to college and get my job back to where it's supposed to be and be able to hang out more in my free time. Let's go! Heck yeah! Yeah, definitely. I'm excited, I'm nervous, but I really can't wait. It'll be great. Everything will work out. So thank you for coming by. Thank you, Yomi. Happy birthday, by the way. I know you said you had a good stream, so I'm glad. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out. I gotta help my mother with some stuff this afternoon, so I'm gonna have to go, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you later in the week. Bye!